what to see, what to stream, and what to skip. It's Movie Reviews with Ryan J.
It sure is. Welcome back to the Morning Blend with the internationally syndicated film critic and our mighty superhero who's super filled with muscles, Ryan J.
Wow, muscles or fat? Because I was at the supermarket yesterday and someone told me that I look so much thinner than I do on the blend. So are you using the fat cam on me?
Oh, man.
Is this the fat cam? What's happening?
That one.
That's the fat cam?
Yes, that's the one I'm
tell.
usually on too.
How big do I look?
It's crazy, enormous.
Thanks.
We couldn't get him to hula hoop, just so you know, off camera.
Well, I don't want this all jiggling all over the place, apparently. What the heck?
I know.
Thanks.
It's one of those backhanded compliments. I'm sure they meant it very kindly.
I'm sure. I'm
Yes.
so sure.
Yes. Did they also tell you look younger?
No. That would have been nice
I
to
always
hear.
get younger, taller, thinner.
You can always tell me I look younger.
You're like, TV's not good for you. Oh, thank you. Okay.
So is this movie going to knock out Jurassic World? That's what I want to know. The very first one we're talking
Yeah.
about.
I think it will.
Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's the sequel to 2015's Ant-Man, which has sort of snuck up on me as a, an underdog kind of superhero. None of us really grew up knowing who he was. And this one, Ant-Man and the Wasp, is my second favorite Marvel superhero movie, just behind Doctor Strange. It is so fabulous.
Really? Is Infinity War not up there for you?
I love Infinity War, and
okay.
this one connects to the cinematic universe so brilliantly.
Okay. How about the visuals then? Because I feel like Marvel's like killing it with
They
the
are.
visuals.
It is the best 3D I've seen since Avatar.
Awesome.
And the effects are so fantastic that there are actually moments where you gasp because you're seeing really inventive things that you've never seen accomplished before in action sequences. It's really original and really brilliant.
Even in previous Marvel movies,
Yes.
you've not seen this stuff. All right, and let's talk. We were talking before we went on the air about Paul Rudd.
There he is.
I love him. He's so great in this role. It's really created for him. Evangeline Lilly is great in this. She has much better hair in this movie than the first one, which was such it looks like a crazy thing. Michael Douglas, Michelle Pfeiffer are so great, but the strength in this film is that the supporting Michael Pena, the supporting characters are so strong as the stars in this movie. So it's really great.
Okay, so I always picture Paul Rudd kind of being funny or romantic. Is there any comedy or any of that?
Great comedy. I laughed out loud several times in this movie, and the other strength and unique thing about this film compared to other superhero movies is that they give a lot to the subplot of the family. Like he plays, Paul Rudd as Ant-Man is a father, and his relationship with his daughter gets so much more screen time and so much more depth than you see with like Peter Parker and his aunt and uncle, or the flashback scenes of like
Aunt and uncle?
Yeah.
Get it?
Oh,
Aunt and uncle?
Stop. Stop it. Yes, very good. You know what I mean? Any other like superheroes when they have like this is like a family story in addition to being a great superhero movie.
Wait, before you go on, what is Ant-Man's superpower?
He can shrink up to the size of an ant, and so it's the whole. And I love that. I mean, look at this, the back and forth between not just him, but other items, buildings and cars. It's like really cool seeing all that happen back and forth. Don't forget, it's a Marvel superhero movie. You got to see it, so see it. Stay for the 2 extra end credit scenes. You have to, especially the last one. That is such a bombshell.
Okay.
How many are there? Can you say how many there are?
How many Marvel movies there are?
No, how many extra scenes?
There are
Sometimes
2.
They'll do
2.
more.
Yes,
Okay.
this one has 2. There's one in the middle and then one at the very end.
Okay.
So don't leave till the lights go up.
All
Only the
right.
smart people know that. You look
I
around
know.
the movie and you go,
Like,
"Wow."
everybody's
People are
leaving, but
walking
we
out,
know
and
because
like,
we
why
listen
you-
to Ryan.
Who walks out during a Marvel movie? Like they all have extra scenes, so it's like don't walk out.
But they take a while, and so you kind of start doubting yourself.
Worth
Like,
it. Worth
was
it.
Ryan punking us? That's what I
Hashtag
thought.
worth it.
Yeah.
Hashtag worth it?
Okay.
Good. All right, the other movie opening this weekend, The First Purge.
Yes, sadly, it's the 4th one in the franchise. I wish they'd stop making them, but as
Yeah.
long as they can make a movie for under $5 million and they continue to make at least $50 million at the box office like the horrible Paranormal Activity movies, these movies are going to keep coming. And I'm not the kind of person who politically gets in a soapbox and believes that like video games and entertainment influence people's real behavior. But I was kind of concerned because these Purge movies are so dangerous,
Yeah.
This one's a little bit less about that, still super violent, super rated R, but also super awful.
Okay. Who's the star?
Well, it's a bunch of an ensemble film, but Oscar winner Marissa Tomei is in it. But even she, who I love, could not elevate this material.
I'm surprised she did a movie like this.
I'm surprised it's called A Paycheck.
Yeah. Maybe really needed it.
Yeah.
How's the music? Because I feel like in these sort of, you need that suspenseful to move you along.
The music, the soundtrack is pretty decent, but there's moments in the score where they were using like choral hums, like literally. I saw this with my nephew, who's like 16 and was into it and stuff, and he hated it also. But there's like literally moments in the score where it's like, I'm like, where's this humming coming from? Why are they humming? This is so ridiculous, and I've never heard anything like that before.
They couldn't pay for an orchestra if it's that low of a budget.
Yeah.
It was Marissa Tomei's paycheck.
She's humming. It's true. Is the story any different? Is there anything advanced?
It's a story that unravels halfway through. It's not good to begin with, but then halfway through it turns a corner for like Hokieville, and one of the characters rises sort of up as like a sort of superhero because he just can't die. It's so unrealistic. And the performances are self-aware, so it's not great dialogue, not great story, not great performances, like not great score. I can't really find anything good about this movie.
Is it long? Short?
It's 90 minutes too long at 90 minutes in length. So skip it. Just
All right,
skip it.
skip it.
Don't go and see the.
Don't see the First
Please, people, if you
Purge.
stop seeing these movies, it won't make box office, and they won't have to make them anymore, and I won't have to go see them.
It all comes back to
Do
Ryan.
him a
Do me a
favor.
solid and don't go see it.
Perfect. I like that. Any movie clubs? That's one thing people should
Yes,
see.
yes.
with you.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I mean, I really have never seen a movie of his that I've not liked.
True.
Yeah.
So he's doing Skyscraper, which comes up this Tuesday, July 10th at 7:30 p.m. Enter to win some free reserved seats at my website to join me at that press screening. You have to arrive by 7 to check in and get in.
All right, that's what you got to do. Listen to him. You can like Ryan J on Facebook, follow him on Instagram and Twitter, and for his full movie reviews, check out his website. It's ryanjreviews.com. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you, too.